What is Scope 3? As a responsible business, it's important that we track the greenhouse gas emissions caused directly by our activities. But what about the emissions that we cause indirectly? After all, both emission sources contribute to climate change and global warming. Like many companies, Stahl follows the accounting framework recommended by the Greenhouse Gas Protocol to measure our emissions and set targets to reduce them. The protocol divides emissions into three categories: Scope 1, Scope 2, and Scope 3. In Stahl's case, most of our emissions, 96% in fact, fall under the category of Scope 3. Often known as value chain emissions, these emissions are not caused directly by the organization itself, but instead are a consequence of the upstream and downstream activities. These can include the sourcing of raw materials for the company's products and the disposal or recycling of those products by end users. Because these activities typically lie outside of a company's direct sphere of influence, it can be difficult to track and reduce the resulting emissions. But it can be done. At Stahl, we're taking concrete steps to measure and reduce our Scope 3 emissions as part of our long-term climate ambitions. We've been gathering reliable data to better understand where these emissions originate. We can then use these insights to reduce them, for example, by working with our suppliers to develop low-carbon alternatives to fossil-based feedstocks. As part of global net zero ambitions, we've set a target to reduce our Scope 3 upstream emissions by at least 25% in the next 10 years. We will continue to work towards this and other sustainable development goals outlined in our ESG roadmap to 2030. Stay tuned.